Alright guys, if you're seeing this, I'm trying to figure this out a little more. I'm doing more experimentation, trying to figure out what I like, what I don't like. So far, I'm not really sure about this. So, I don't know. Let me see. Let me say hi to Mr. Soul Patch. Right here. Right here. Where is he? I don't know. This way. Hey, Mr. Soul Patch. How you doing? He's joining us today. So I'm trying to figure out how to share this, basically. Because I don't really know like what I'm doing at all. So I think I figured it out though. Okay, okay. So let me see here. I'm gonna put this on Facebook, then I'm live streaming and see what happens. Alright, so I'm just gonna put that there and see what happens. Okay, so the very first thing that I want to talk about today is our... Okay, so we've been going to see fireworks a lot here recently. And if you haven't been to Brillbank Park in a while, it's a good idea to go down there either tonight or tomorrow night, or no, next week, next Friday, because they have fireworks after the River Dogs game. So you guys should definitely go check that out. I've got a video ready for you guys. I just got it done, but it won't be up for a little while. I don't know, I might put it up tomorrow. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? You guys just let me know down in the comments what you want, because this will be uploaded to YouTube as soon as I'm done. So you guys just let me know. Let's see. Okay, so I said fireworks. What else did I say? Thank yous. Okay, so we had a little bit of a setback this week, and I'm very thankful to God and to my there it is, father-in-law, because our fuel pump went out, so we weren't going to be able to go anywhere. But he changed it for us, even though we're not supposed to be. But he changed it for us, and we're very grateful for that. And we're very happy. So yay! Now we can go do different things and take you guys with us, and we're so happy about that. So big thank you. Where we're going next, I'm not really sure yet, because I have like 3 or 4 different ideas of where I want to go. So I'm going to give you guys the chance to let me know where you think we should go next. So right now I'm thinking about doing the parks in Somerville. It's either the parks in Somerville, Mepkin Abbey, or another beach. Excuse me. We have some Folly Beach stuff that's almost ready to go. So we could finish that if you wanted us to. Because we're only doing 3 things: the lighthouse, the pier, and then there is a park there you have to pay $10 a car to get into. I've never been there, so we were going to do that. So we're just going to do those 3 things and then be done with it. But I haven't been able to go to the park yet, so if you guys want me to finish that, and let me know. Just say, like, if you want me to go to Mepkin Abbey, just say, just comment Mepkin Abbey. If you want me to finish Folly, just say Folly. And if you want me to do parks, just say parks. Then that way I can kind of do, kind of have an idea of what you guys are really looking for. So, in any case, there we are. So that's the fireworks. We've been going to a lot of fireworks. That's the thank you. That's where we're going next. I'm not really sure if I don't get any feedback by the time we get a day off or we can go do it. I'll just make the choice and go. Okay. So you guys definitely let me know if you have a suggestion. Let's see. Okay, so the schedule hasn't really worked itself out yet. I am still working on how I want to do this. because sort of life things have kept getting in the way. Like, for example, this vlog was supposed to be done yesterday, and some stuff got in the way, and it just didn't get done. So it's getting done today. I definitely don't want to do it on Saturday because that's Mr. Soul Patch's day. So I want him to basically have the, I don't know what to say. I want him to have the day. It's really important, I think, that people see his progress because he's done so well, and you know, I want people to see that it is possible to take in cats or animals, even if you don't know anything about them. You just do some research, provide a quiet, safe, dry area where they can just eat and go to the bathroom and just be left alone sometimes. You can really rehabilitate an animal. Now, that being said, I probably would not suggest that you do this on your own if you've never done it before. Talk to somebody who's had dogs or knows a lot about it before you do it. But it's definitely cool to watch them go from skin and bones and almost dead to alive and well, and you're starting to see their dispositions, the things that they like and that they don't. We're still kind of learning about Soul Patch. He developed something this week where my husband and I had a disagreement, and I was the one who was loud. I'm always the loud one. Gosh, right? But I'm the loud one, and he does not like arguing. He doesn't like it at all. So anytime my octave would hit a certain pitch or something like that, there's a certain range he doesn't like. And he looked at me and yowled at me. I was like, oh my goodness, Soul Patch, calm down, buddy. I eventually had to kick him out of the room because what we were talking about was pretty important. But that's just something else I've learned about him now. That's something else that I can add to add to my file of the story of Soul Patch. So, it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it to watch an animal come back to life because he was basically almost dead when we got him. So, of course, you can see all about that when in our video. That's the other thing, is I have to rearrange some of our videos. I have come to this point where I get super, super excited. I go out and I do something, I get super excited, and then I just want to share it immediately. I just want to do it right now. And I have to learn not to do that because I would have this point where I would have all this content and then no content. And that would leave you guys hanging, and I don't want to do that. I'm really more interested in really sharing these things with you because I think it's important for everyone to understand that you can travel without it having to cost you like an amazing amount of money. Your areas might be limited, or you might only be able to do this, that, and the other, but as you travel, you sort of get the bug for it, and it makes you want to budget for it. So I'm really excited to show you guys all these things, especially in Charleston, because in Charleston there's a lot to do. There's a lot more here to do than I realized. So it's been very educational for me, and I want you guys to learn too. I love taking people with me to show them, oh, look at this great spot that we found. So yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna have to do some rearranging so that I don't just vomit travel information and all over you guys and all this stuff, so you can get it at a good pace. So let's see. Alright, so the uplifting moment of the week. Alright, so when I was younger, I just came out of being a witch or whatever, I found this website that was about the occult. I really can't remember when I found this page. But I know I was a Christian at the time. I also know I hadn't been for very long. And I didn't know who the guy was, and I didn't know really anything about him, except that he was writing all this stuff. And he seemed like someone who could be searching for the truth, or who's looking at science, is looking at all this stuff to try and kind of validate the... Let's see, I don't want to say pagan because that's not right. Validate the New Age movement. So I knew this was someone who was a seeker, not someone who is just, well, I'll just take this because I can. So I prayed over the page, just being like, help this guy find you because I know he's seeking and I know he will find you, God. And this was years ago, and just recently he has become a Christian. And I just cannot tell you guys how happy I am to know about that. Like, that is awesome. Sometimes when you pray for something, it takes years, it takes time to come to fruition just because of who we are. So I was really happy about that. I was like, oh, that's pretty amazing. I didn't realize it at first, though. At first, I'm going, how do I know this guy? How do I, I'm watching this thing and I'm like, you're really familiar. Why are you so familiar to me? And I'm thinking about it. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, so I started investigating him. Because a lot of times what people, I don't want people to be like, well, he's just faking and all this other stuff. So I went to investigate to see if what he said was true. And that's when I found his webpage. And I remember the webpage. I didn't know he had a Facebook at the time. That's when I found the webpage, and I went, oh my gosh, I know why I know this guy now. Because I prayed over this. Guys, that might sound silly or whatever, that you pray over the owner of a webpage. But I did, because to me, I see the signs of a seeker. I've always been a seeker of truth. Now, I haven't always, I'm human, so I mess up and I do it wrong a lot of times. But I would rather have the truth. What is reality? What is really going on? That kind of stuff. And I can see the same markers in him. He's looking for the truth, and he has become a Christian. Now, I can't remember his name, so if you give me just a second, I will find it for you, because he is right here. Okay, his name is Stephen Bancars, and he has a new YouTube and everything describing Jesus, the New Age, how the New Age is really, it's not what we think of as far as harmless. It's actually satanic. He lays it out way better than I could. But this was definitely uplifting for me, because here's someone I didn't even know. I had no idea who this guy is. I had prayed over whoever it was on the website. And when I look at him, I didn't realize he was so young. I thought he was older. I don't know. It does something to you to see your prayers answered, and in such a way. And I was excited and shocked, and you go through all of these things where, oh my gosh, there you are. So it's awesome. It's awesome. It was very uplifting for me. I'm just going to keep going what I know is true. I know the gospel to be true because of things like this. I mentioned it before, where I have stuff happen in my life and this describes it, or this helps, it supports what I know to be true already, and this is one of those things. I'm not saying I'm a good person or I did anything, because I had no interaction with this guy. All I did was pray, and I am certain that he had other people praying for him as well. Maybe even talking to him about it, because I never talked to him or anything. But I think that it is awesome that now he's left behind all this worldly goods and everything else, and he's dedicated his life to Christ. And that is where everything comes from. That's what matters. So just to reiterate, it is uplifting to me because it showed me God answers prayer over and over and over again. He doesn't answer it the way people think, the way people who don't believe understand prayer. They think prayer is like you ask God for something, he's just supposed to give it to you. It's not really like that. We're in a relationship, and when you ask somebody in a relationship for something, they don't always give it to you. Why? Because they can see outside of you and know that maybe that thing's not good for you. Or they can see in this situation that in this situation it would not be good for you to have that, or not be good for you to do that. And we, or the outside world, people who aren't Christian, don't look at that and think of it that way. They think of it more like, well, if he's God, he should just give it to you. Well, if he's God, he knows what's best. And I don't know about you guys, but personally, I want what's best. So it all comes down to what's best. And Christ is best. Jesus is best. He is, the Lord over everything. So he can give me things, but is that really what I should be doing? Maybe not. Maybe not. So it was awesome. It was uplifting. Gave me chills. I just sort of basked in the glory of God for a few moments, because I don't know if you can tell, I'm kind of getting broken up about this. It was awesome. I really don't know how else to explain it other than it was awesome. So guys, I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what we're doing, please share the videos, please subscribe, and if you like them, hit that little like button if you can do that too. Thanks so much, and until next time. This is me.